There we go. We are recording. We are live. Welcome, welcome everyone. We've got Robert from Holland, Rohan from Sri Lanka, Manu from France, Algeria in the house, more people from France. We've got the USA, France, Belgium, Strasbourg, Belgium, Vietnam, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Namibia in the house. Welcome, Zelda. Belgium, Algeria, Gabriel from India, welcome. Lasanta from Saudi Arabia. We've got Italy in the house, Turkey, E17, which is around the corner from where I am in East London. I am from the border of London and Essex, Sri Lanka, Holland, Sri Lanka, Turkey, Italy. Wow, fantastic, fantastic to have you all here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Avinash Nagama, born and raised in Mauritius. I moved to London at the age of 18 and I'm still here. I came here for my studies. I ended up staying because after my studies, I went on to get a job, as we're all taught to do. And shortly after, I was very blessed. I was able to get out of the 9-to-5 and have my own businesses. I've owned several traditional businesses and I still own quite a few businesses now. Now, I want to share my story with you because it's very important for you to understand why I'm here to share this incredible project that hasn't even launched yet with you. So in 2012, a friend of mine introduced me to something totally unknown to me. He said, listen, I've just come across this coin. It's called Bitcoin and we need to buy some. And the more he tried convincing me that we should buy Bitcoins, the more I was convincing him that we should not buy Bitcoin, that he should not buy Bitcoin. He's wasting his money. I'm so glad though that he was more persistent than I was. But eventually, for the wrong reason, I said to him, just to prove you wrong, I'm going to buy 2 Bitcoins. 2, not 200, at less than $10, $9.96. I can never forget that figure. Bought those 2 Bitcoins, forgot about it. 13 months later, my friend calls me and he goes, Avi, do you remember those coins that we bought? I was so sure at that point that he's going to say, you know what, you were right. It crashed. We lost our money. And I didn't care because it was just $20. That's why I only bought 2 because I thought it was guaranteed that we're going to lose our money. As we all know by now, that wasn't the case. When he called me 13 months later, it was to let me know that Bitcoin had gone from less than $10 to $1,100 in the space of just over 1 year. And as an entrepreneur, I understood that I just missed out an opportunity of a lifetime of making 110x my money in the space of 13 months. That's unheard of. 110x your money in the space of 13 months. And I couldn't put up with that. So what I did, I bought some Bitcoins, but I indulged myself into studying the crypto and the blockchain industry. I'm in forums, I'm in research, I'm in doing courses, online and offline courses. And at the same time, as I used to teach Forex trading 17 years ago. So I leveraged my trading skills to start trading and building a portfolio. It was a rocky, rough path at the start because the markets are very different, but eventually it settled well for me. And I was very happy to build a good portfolio of crypto. Up until that point, I had never done anything close to network marketing. In fact, I had always stayed away from network marketing. Now, I'm sure there's some people on this call who, like me 4.5 years ago, used to be anti-network marketing. And I want to share this with you. Why? Because although the opportunity we're about to share with you today is not really network marketing, but I want to share this with you so that you can relate because you may have the same kind of challenges. I used to believe network marketing doesn't work. Here's why. Because I was only listening to the people who failed at it. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you an advice. If I was to choose a football coach for my son, do I find someone who failed through the football academy or do I send him to a professional footballer to learn to become a footballer? What would you advise me to do? Certainly go to the professional, right? Well, like I was before, that was total opposite. I was listening to the people who failed until 2016, where I actually met some incredible people who were having success in the network marketing industry. And I finally realized that network marketing works. The second realization was they made me realize I've already been doing network marketing all my life. So have you. Just that we've been doing it for free. You see, you go to a restaurant, You love the food, what do? You tell someone about it. You watch a great movie, you tell someone about it. You find the nicest, latest Gucci bag you buy, you tell your friends about it. You find the latest nice pair of shoes that you buy, you tell your friends about it. Guess what? Network marketing is word of mouth advertising, but getting paid for it. Some people choose to do it on a professional level, but it all starts by you sharing a product, a service, or an opportunity that you personally like and you believe is good enough for you. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for everyone else. So we went on, as Akib said. Akib was very kind with his words. Yes, we have achieved incredible results, hitting the rank of Blue Diamond, doing over 237 million in turnover in 19 months. But I cannot take the accolade, the praise for that. That was only possible because of the great people like Akib and many others, some of who are in this call, that I had around me as part of our team, because they were so incredible. That's the reason we achieved those. And we went on and done incredibly well, I've got to admit. And then we decided, you know what? We've done it. Crypto, network marketing, fantastic. Now it was time to try a new challenge. We were told, if you want to make a name, you got to go into a product or service. So we went into a product and service network marketing company, and we done incredibly well there as well. We were set working with the greatest of all time. And we thought, that is it. Never any other company, never any other project, certainly not in the financial services industry. Yet here I am about to share a different project with you. And it's important for you to understand why. The why is more important than everything else we're going to share with you today. You see, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen first of all, so that we're about to talk to you about a project called DAISY. That stands for Decentralized Artificial Intelligence System. The reason why DAISY is because it provides a solution. It provides a solution to me, to you, and to the whole industry that we're about to mention today. This is not a network marketing company, but it has some attributes that looks like a network marketing company. So I want to make sure you understand the solution that DAISY provides. Here's what I've experienced, and I know many of you will be familiar with those. Sometimes you join a company. Why? You like the product, service that they're offering, but more importantly, you also like the referral plan, the reward plan they have for you. So sometimes you join a company and one day, overnight, the CEO decides, bang, they change the compensation plan. They never increase it, they reduce the compensation plan. Happened to me, happened to Akib, to Shara, and a few people I see on this call. We were together in a company. We already put in 30,000 people doing incredibly well. That's where we did 240 million in turnover nearly. 30,000 people in, and bang, overnight they changed the compensation plan, they reduced it. Everyone's income went from here to here. Other times, you join a company, someone joined after you, they put them above you. And other times we've seen where companies take someone's organization and move it somewhere else. I know many of you can relate to that. So when I saw DAISY, where one of the co-creators is someone who's a friend of mine, I've known for this industry, an incredible gentleman by the name of Mr. Jeremy Roma, well, I was looking at DAISY with the intention of saying no. However, the first part, when I found out DAISY is not a network marketing company, but a smart contract, meaning it's on the blockchain from day one. The compensation plan, the referral plan, I should call it really, the referral plan, the structure of who joins first is already gone on the blockchain. For those who don't know, that means it's transparent and secured, but not controlled by anyone or any entity. No one can change the referral plan. No one can change your structure. I was impressed. But yet my answer was still no. I saw that it provides a solution to the industry of network marketing, although this is just a smart contract. But my answer was no, because it still had an aspect of it which relates to trading. It's a crowd fund that has an aspect of trading. And this is what I've seen in this industry. Every company I've seen that comes with anything to do with trading, they are first of all a new company. on the day they launch is the day that company had just been registered a few days or a few weeks before. And when these companies come, because they have no track history, I like to dig deep. And when I go and ask questions, when we and our team, we go and ask the CEO, the founders questions about trading, asking to prove to us their trading, prove to us their trading results, show us the transparency, show us where their trading happened, they always fall short. They always fall short, and you find all the red flags. Unfortunately, some of these companies still attract a lot of people because they promise some fixed daily or weekly or monthly percentages. And because of that, people get attracted. And unfortunately, we all know what happens. So when I found out which company and how long they've been in existence is behind this project, I had simply no reason, no excuse I could find, even whilst I was trying to look for an excuse, to say no. I had to say yes to this project. But before we get started into really talking about this project, it's important that I share a legal disclaimer with you. Please go ahead and read this disclaimer, or even take a screenshot for you to go through it in further details later. But there are three important things I want to point out. Previous performance do not guarantee future performances. Everything we share with you, be it that this opportunity is exactly the same for every single one of you, the outcome will be different for each and every one of you because the results are based on your own effort. And the third thing is, just know that this project is not available in the US. All US IP addresses will be blocked. So moving on from here, this project is expected to launch on the 4th of January, a week from today, around a week from today. That means if you're finding out about this today, you already know about this project a week before it launches. Here's a question for you. What would you give for someone who to have educated you and provided you the information about Bitcoin in December 2008 before it officially launched in January 2009? What would you have given for that? What would you have given to really understand the business model and philosophy of Amazon in the 1994, let's say? What would you have given to understand in 1999 the business model of Facebook? Anything. So today, you're privileged that someone invited you a week before this project even launches. The question really here is, well, Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. What is Daisy? Well, Daisy is an equity crowdfunding model for financial technologies that works as a decentralized smart contract. Not a company, not MLM, it's just a smart contract on the blockchain that has incredible opportunities. It's a model where everyone can win with profits, with equity, and income. Daisy is currently crowdfunding Endotech for the Daisy AI project. Now, these are two important aspects. Endotech is a name for your notes because that's going to be a key part of your research. You see, we're here to provide you with the information, no solicitation. We're here to provide you with the information so that you can go and do your own research and make an informed decision, because you and only you is responsible and liable for your own decisions. The Daisy AI project is something which is also very important as part of this presentation today. Now, in this project, contributors can receive exclusive stock equity and profit rewards. Let's dive a little bit deeper into the Daisy AI project. It's a decentralized artificial intelligence system being developed by Endotech, which is the next generation of AI trading and will significantly multiply the current AI performance. What is the current AI performance? It's already incredibly good, which we will share with you shortly. Daisy AI is the first project capitalized by Daisy Crowdfund, and Daisy AI will receive $10 million for development from the referral plan, with a target live Daisy AI trading account of $500 million in the Daisy Fund. Daisy AI is Endotech's path to becoming a publicly listed company. Now, it's only fair that we provide you some information on Endotech to be able to give you direction onto your own research. Who is Endotech? Well, first of all, Endotech is the first technology partner for Daisy Crowdfund. Endotech is 8 years old. 8 years old global fintech company specializing in AI trading system. It's not a new company. This company was registered 8 years ago, has been developing AI trading systems with the last 3.5 years focusing on the crypto AI trading system, currently providing AI trading systems for top financial institutions with a proven track record of high performance results. Now, I'm not just saying it. These are high performance results that you can go and verify. And on average, some of their strategies has been generating between 400 to 800% profit per year, year after year after year. But previous performance cannot guarantee future performances. This company was founded by the Dr. Anna Becker, a top AI scientist who has a PhD in artificial intelligence, who at the age of 20 found an approximation algorithm by a factor of 2 that is still used in some technologies today. Her and her team of AI scientists have more than 20 proprietary AI systems in operations, currently serving as a backbone of trading with more than 150 investment firms across the world. And over the last decade alone, they have had over $1 billion under management. Now, but here's one thing that caught my attention the most. Like you have to do, I went and did my research and on Dr. Anna Becker, on Endotech, and I found incredible things. One of those that caught my attention was I found not one, but 2 articles written by the Financial Commission on Dr. Anna and her companies. Let's go and take a look what one of them is saying. This article that you will be able to find yourself is saying to you that Dr. Anna Becker has worked with over 300 brokers. She has served as a compliance officer with regulators like the NFA and the CFTC. And in 2017, the Hong Kong and New York Financial Commission called upon Dr. Anna Becker for her to help them with dispute resolution within the financial services industry. That is incredible. By now, you would have understood why I decided to step back into this industry, having stayed away for over 2 years. When you have a company that's been going for so long, with such an incredible and clean track record, proven, transparent results that they have, and there's a crowdfunding project to crowdfund them to develop the next more advanced version of their trading AI system, there was no way I was going to miss out on this. Now, let's go and take a look at some of their strategies. They have one strategy called the Alpha Long and Short Position. From January 2018 till date, this strategy has generated over 2,239%. That is an average of 814% per year. And they are transparent enough to tell you that not every day, not every week was a winning day or winning week. There were losses. That is how trading is. That's how real trading is. But please bear in mind that past performance is not indicative of future performance and is for information use only. But if someone wanted to have access to that, people have had access. We know some people who have access, and you can still have access to this by going directly to the Endotech website. What would it cost to have access to this single one strategy? Well, $125,000 as a fee. You'll need to deposit a minimum of $1 million for your trading, and 20% of the trading profits will be retained as a performance fee by Endotech. Still a great deal, but not everyone has that kind of funds available to trade with. Let's take a look at the second strategy. This is their top leverage strategy. Once again, past performance is not indicative of future performance and is for information use only. On the 1st of September, starting with a balance of $10,000, by the 9th of November, in less than 10 weeks, in 2.5 months, less than 2.5 months, this strategy was already up by 297.48% in profit, almost 300% in 2.5 months. Now that for me tells me that they have the experience in developing and managing these trading AI systems. Now, there you go for a sneak peek of how the application will look. You would have the DAISY application that works as a DeFi app, and we will discuss more in detail shortly, where you'll be able to see your contribution level, your referral tree team that you have, people that you have referred, and any referral income you've made from that, as well as your trading, how much you have in trading, what percentage is up, you will also be able to see the open trading positions. So not only they have the transparency of their previous results, with this DAISY crowdfund, you will also be able to see positions that's being open for you in the trading. Now, this is not a trading company. Let's make sure it's a crowdfunding, an equity crowdfunding model that we're going to clear for you in a minute. The roadmap is simple. We are the contributors with multiple benefits we're about to share with you. But the end goal, the long-term goal is to crowdfund the DAISY AI project of Endotech, which will significantly increase the current performance. And as you've seen, their current performance is impressive. And not only that, but we get to leveraging that technology. Endotech is looking to become a publicly listed company where we receive stock equity of Endotech. So let's go and really see what are the rewards for contributors. Well, first of all, we have up to 10 crowdfunding tiers to choose from, starting from just $100. Your contribution can start as low as $100. The question is often, okay, but what do I get as a contributor? First of all, every contributor gets their equal share of 5% Endotech stock. 50 to 70% of each contribution is used in trading for development, whereby 70% of the trading profits are shared back to the contributor. So you receive a profit share of 70% of the profits that the DAISY, let's say the DAISY fund will generate via Endotech. 15% of the trading profits are rewarded back to the contributor. Sorry, to the referral residual plan. So let me say that again. 70% of the trading profits are rewarded back to you, the contributor. 15% of the trading profits are rewarded to the residual referral plan. Contributors can withdraw their trading rewards at any time. All members are able to participate in the DAISY referral plan that pays up to 46% of each contribution. Now, here's how it works. As a smart contract, we are using the Tron blockchain. And just so that you know, Ethereum and Tron blockchain are specifically designed for smart contracts. We've chosen the Tron blockchain and we'll share with you why. But first, let's see how does it work. You'll need to have a Tron wallet. You'll make your contribution, your DAISY contribution via Tron wallet. From your contribution, it splits into two. 50 to 70% goes into live trading via the DAISY fund. That's traded by Endotech, and 85% of the profit rewards are shared back with the contributors. 70% to the original contributor, 15% in the residual plan. Depending on how much is gone into trading, up to 46% goes into the referral plan, which we call the DAISY crowd, and that's paid out to the people who are part of the DAISY crowd contributors. And that comes straight instantly into your wallet without having to request any withdrawal. That's instant. Now, why the Tron blockchain? Well, as I said, we have the Ethereum blockchain, we have the Tron blockchain. We chose the Tron blockchain, first of all, because it's faster transactions, it's cheaper in transaction fees, less gas fees, it's more scalable. Tron, known as TRX, is expected to rise in value, and it allows all promises to be executed instantly with 100% transparency on the blockchain, and much, much more reasons. Now, I know there's people here, because I used to be like that, I can relate, who's looking at this saying, that's great. What can I benefit from? if I don't refer anyone? Great question. Here's the answer. First of all, you will be owning equity. That gives you a potential return from selling your Endotech stock in the future or receiving dividends in the future. Second, you have trading rewards where you can get potential rewards from successful trading performance, which is done by Endotech AI system. And then you have something which is very powerful, potential matrix spillover. We use a matrix structure where you can generate a maximum of 48% return on crowdfunding contribution that you make just from the spillover in the referral plan without any referral. Now, I'll explain that, and then I will tell you the biggest announcement of all. So how does it work? In a matrix, in your generation 1, let's say we take tier 1 to 7 in this example, you will make 4% of the 3 people that could fall into your first generation of your matrix. There's only 3 positions. On your level 1, there's only 3 positions. Each of those 3 will have 3 underneath them. So you could make 12% because you can only make that up to the same tier of contribution you've done. You could make 12% here. And on your second generation, you could make 4% of 9 people. That's another 36%. So you could make 48% of your own total contribution back just from spillover without referring anyone. And there is a likelihood, there's a possibility that that can even happen in day 1 because you have the opportunity of being part of this project from day 1 where there's a high possibility of people receiving a lot of spillover as we're expecting hundreds of thousands of contributors already. However, 3 days ago, there was a global call and they came up with an incredible announcement. For the first 48 hours when someone contributes, there's no limitation that they can only earn on 2 generations without referral. Normally, to unlock your 3rd, 4th, 5th, up to the 10th generation, you would need to meet a certain referral requirement. But they said for the first 48 hours, there is none, which means there's a possibility, depending on how much spillover you receive, that you could make way more than 48%, even more than 100% of your own personal total crowdfunding contribution. That is incredible. That is incredible for you, the person who was asking the question, what if I don't refer anyone? But that is super exciting for the ones who's looking at this saying, wow, if someone can make that without referring anyone, what could I make? Because I'm here to build a team. I'm here to build a future. I'm here to build a legacy. And for those of you who are with me on that, well, you just wait to be wowed just the same way I was wowed. But first of all, let's go and take a look at the different tier of contribution. There are 10 different contribution tiers. Tier 1 is $100. Once you've contributed tier 1, you can choose if you want to contribute tier 2, which is $200. That would have been a total contribution of $300. Then you can choose if you want to contribute to tier 3, which is $400, making it a combined $700. And so on and so forth. You can go all the way to the last tier, tier 10, which is a $51,200 contribution, making a total funding contribution of $102,300. People often ask, well, what are the benefits of the different tiers? What are the benefits of going for higher tier contribution? Very good question. Well, the first benefit is the higher the contribution tier, well, the more that goes into the trading part, the Daisy fund for trading, especially from entry tier 8, 70% goes into trading as opposed as 50%. The higher the tier, well, the more shares, equity shares, stock you're getting. And here's one very other important aspect. Whatever entry tier you have contributed to, you can only earn up to that same tier level. What do I mean? Imagine I've contributed to tier 4, a total contribution of $1,500. And as you've just seen, without referring anyone, people that drops into my matrix, level 1, for example, I get 4% of entry tier 1 to 7. So we're going to take 1 to 7. So I could get 4% of each of those persons. Imagine someone drops into my matrix with 12,700. I could have got 4% of 12,700 if I had contributed to entry tier 7 myself. Because I've only contributed to tier 4, I only get 4% of 1,500, not the full amount, because I am not qualified on that tier level. I get up to the same tier that I have contributed. Beautiful concept if you ask me, and this will get clearer as we go ahead. Let's go and talk about the referral plan. There are 8 different ways to benefit. One is the stock equity. We have 2 special ways that you can benefit from a residual income, and the upfront income has 5 different ways of benefiting, which total combined adds up to a maximum of 46%. First of all, when you invite someone, I mean, we call it here, when you refer someone. When you refer someone, you get 5% of their contribution. Well, that's anything I know, anywhere nowadays, that's how it works. You could go and refer someone to Tesla and get a percentage. You can go and refer someone to Apple and Nike, or Nike, some people will call it, get a percentage as a commission. So you introduce someone, you invite someone to come and see the presentation, and they decide to partake in this contribution, in this crowdfunding. Whatever tiers they contribute to, you get 5%. Instantly. They press the button, through the blockchain, the transaction happens, 5% is sent to your wallet. There's no e-wallet back office where you have to wait for Monday or every week to withdraw. No, instantly that's sent to you. Brilliant. Well, let's go and take a look what else there is, but for that, we need to explain something important. This project uses a force matrix placement. Let's take case 1, where you, in yellow here, you sponsor 3 people. You introduce 3 people directly, 1, 2, and 3. If we shift to on the right, well, you're still here, but the one person underneath you was introduced from someone above. And one of the green person here was introduced from someone above. That's what we call spillover. Someone which drops into your matrix, your organization, from someone above you. That means it's not from you or your team. And that's what we've been talking about. We're here on the first 2 levels, you get paid on any spillover on your matrix. In fact, the first 48 hours, you can get paid on the full 10 levels. So when that happens, when you introduce someone and you get 5% of their contribution, they get a position in the matrix. Whether they refer anyone or not, or just for a spillover, whatever they earn on the matrix, up to the same tier you have contributed and up to the same matrix level you qualified, well, what happens is you will have another benefit from that we'll share with you. But before that, let's explain to you how the matrix bonus works. Let's go into a little bit more details. Now, I know there's a lot of figures, overwhelming it can be. I remember the first time I saw this, I didn't know where to look. All I could see was 198 million. Even now, the first time, every time I open it, that's where my eyes go. Forget about the numbers. Don't look at the numbers. Let us enlighten you. We know that many of you have worked in a binary. Many people are not familiar with matrix. For those who are, great, but we have to make sure the people who are not understands this. Let me compare it for you. A binary, you have a left and you have a right. And you could receive spillover on one side, which you would not normally get paid on. You have to match the volume on the opposite side. Brilliant, nothing wrong with that. Here's a question. Many people, first of all, have received spillover, but never been able to capitalize on it. How would you have liked to be able to possibly get paid on every single person that dropped into your organization via spillover? How nice would that have been? If you like that, well, that's exactly what this force matrix of Daisy crowdfund project does. It's a force matrix. You have 3 positions on your level 1. It has to be filled up in order 1, 2, 3. And then it will automatically go to the next level, fill up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next level has 27 and so on. It's a 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 up to 10 levels. You can get paid on every single person that drops into your matrix. How? First of all, in the first 48 hours of you contributing, There is no restriction. Anyone that drops into your matrix, whether from you, your team, or spillover, you will get paid. Let's say tier 1 to 7, between 4 and 3% of each person. And that can be a lot of people as you get deeper into the levels. But after the first 48 hours, there's a qualifying criteria. You would automatically qualify to earn on generation 1 and 2 of your matrix. The first 3 people that could be on your first generation, the next 9 people that could be on your second generation, no qualification required. You can make 4% of their contribution of tier 1 to 7 up to the same tier that you have contributed. After the first 48 hours, to unlock and be able to qualify for your matrix generation 3 to 10, you have to meet a certain requirement. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. To unlock your generation 3 of your matrix, you only need to personally introduce 3 or more people whose total contributions come to $1,000 or more. And now you could earn, on the example of tier 1 to 7, 3% of up to 27 people that could be on your matrix generation 3, including from spillover. To unlock your generation 4, well, you would need to introduce a minimum of 6 people whose total contributions accumulate to $2,000 or more, that you could benefit on tier 1 to 7, 3% of up to 81 people, and so on and so forth. You can unlock more levels of your matrix, generations of your matrix, and start earning of more and more and more people. That is incredible. But I have to reiterate how important it is, because you are so blessed to be here during the pre-launch, before this project even launches, because you get the benefit to go in on day 1 and possibly benefit from as much spillover as possible whilst there is no requirement. So that's for the people who are, yeah, I like this project, but I don't want to refer people. I don't know why. If it's good enough for you, it's not good enough for others, but that is your choice to make, not mine. So we want to make sure you understand that you can benefit as much even without referring in the first 48 hours only. Now, like we said, when you introduce someone, you make 5%, they get a position in the matrix, and whatever they earn on the matrix, up to the same tier you've contributed and the same level generation you qualify on your matrix, you earn 10% of their check. It means if you introduce me and you qualify to all the same levels as I am qualified on the matrix, as well as the tier contribution, if I make, let's say, $20,000, you get 10%, $2,000, because you introduced me. That's on top of the 5% personal direct referral, on top of the percentage you get on the matrix on myself. That's on what I earn on the matrix. Simply incredible. To be quite honest with you, if this was it on the referral plan of the team building and the matrix, I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy to get started with this business right now, with this project, I should call it, right now. But there is more. First of all, in your first 30 days, whichever matrix generation you unlock, automatically the system will unlock an extra level for you. We call that the pace setter bonus. So let's say if you unlock generation 9 by doing the requirement for generation 9, it will automatically unlock generation 10 for you. So the question is, well, what's the benefit of someone going to unlock their generation 10 completely by doing the requirement of generation 10? Well, you then qualify for something ultimately special. 1.1% of every single crowdfund pack purchased globally, 1.1% of that is shared equally between everyone who unlocks their full 10 levels by themselves in the first 30 days. Let me break that down for you. That means once you've unlocked your generation 10 of your matrix by doing the full requirement, every contribution that happened globally after that, a percentage of that is coming to you. Of every crowdfund contribution that happens globally. That is incredible. And again, there's more. We have what we call an Infinity Club. How to qualify for the Infinity Club? you would need to do $1 million in total team contribution in your first 30 days. That's in your whole team. Or 10 million total contribution with no time limit. And what you can earn is you can earn an additional up to 1% of each crowdfunding pack that comes into your personal organization from that point onwards. Now I say up to 1% because it's divided into up to 3 different levels within, or 3 generations within the same leg. We're not going to go into details with that at the moment, but you just need to know if you can qualify for the Infinity Club, you can make up to an additional 1% of each crowdfunding pack that is contributed within your personal organization. Now, we've only got a couple of slides left, 2-3 slides left. But before I share that with you, I want to share something else, something which for me is very important. You know, people often say, learn from your mistakes. And that's a good thing. But over the years, I've learned something. It's better to learn of someone else's mistake than to go and make the mistake and then learn from your own mistake. And I want to share with you the mistakes that I did, so you don't do the same thing. When I started in this industry in 2016, well, in the industry of network marketing, really, I should say, anything that has a referral side to it, I had never done anything. I did it all wrong. Everything. In the first 4 months, I had 0 success. And I mean 0. Like, the only people in my team was me, I, and myself. That was the only 3. Me, I, and myself. Because I did it all wrong. I thought I knew it all. And I was blessed. I was lucky that I connected with some people that was willing to coach me, to guide me, and I learned. And the next 4 months, things took off for me. Suddenly I went from 0 to hitting the prestigious rank of diamond in the network marketing industry, and the money was flowing. And I know that's going to happen for the people who put in the efforts. That's why I want to share this with you, because that's when I went and did the biggest mistake of all. I started living my lifestyle based on that income. Some of you will say, well, what's wrong with that? It's your earning. You're right. However, I was basing my lifestyle on a team building income. And a team building income is like a roller coaster. You know, this week you have 200 people join your team. Next week you have 500. And then the week after you had 10. How do you base a future on something that is not consistent? Look, we love the team building income. But I learned one lesson then. I learned one lesson that no matter what business I would ever do, within the traditional world, within the network marketing space, within crypto space, or today as a smart contract that we're talking to you about, I will only evaluate a business, a project, based on the passive income opportunity that it offers. And when I saw the passive opportunity here, that is what sealed the deal for me to say, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. I have to make sure I go absolutely all out with this project. See, we told you 70% of the profits are shared back to the contributor. 15% goes into a residual referral plan. So let's go and take an example how that 15% is shared. We'll look at the first 12.5%. Everyone you introduce personally to this business, we call them your uni-level level 1, because that's your personal. Everyone's on your level 1. You would make 3.5% of the trading profit of each of those people. So if you were to introduce 10 people, you will make 3.5% of the trading profit of each of those 10 people at the time those people choose to withdraw, because if they choose to compound, it's compounding for you too. Let's say those 10 introduced refers 10 people. Now you have 100 people on what we call your uni-level level 2. You will make 1% of the trading profit of each of those 100 people. That is phenomenal. And up to the same level of your matrix that you've unlocked, up to that same level on your uni level, you'll make 1% of the trading profit of each and every person in your personal organization. Now, this is huge, and I'll tell you why. Because one, we have a full dynamic compression. And second, when I look at the results we've done as a team before, and I apply my own hypothetical example of what I think on a monthly basis Endotech could generate as a profit, and I apply 1% to it, it gives me goosebumps, because it's the kind of passive income that exceeds the highest active income I've ever made in my life. That is why I'm so excited. That's why I cannot wait for the launch of this project. But that's the first 12.5%. So that means there's 2.5% more that goes somewhere. As if, you know what, just when you think it can't get better, it does. It does. Because for those who's qualified for the Infinity Club, well, you can earn an additional up to 1% of the trading profit of every single person in your personal organization. That is simply incredible. Now, like I said, just when you think it can't get better, for those of you who are looking at those tier 10, like we are, well, here's something incredible that's coming up soon. See, we have 3 categories of members, of contributors. We have the contributors of tiers 1 to 7, where 50% goes into Daisy Fund for trading. We have tiers 8 to 10, where 70% goes to Daisy Fund for trading for development. And then we have a VIP customer level that's coming soon, where 100% goes to your personal account. 100% goes to your personal account. Let's go and take a look at this. To qualify to become a VIP customer, well, that begins after you've contributed tiers 1 to 10 completely. So it's almost like a tier 11. So the only way to qualify for yourself to become a VIP customer is to have contributed entry 1 all the way to entry 10. After that, if you want to top up any amount, the minimum being $20,000, 100% of your funds goes into trading while staying in your own personal wallet. You don't even need to send it anywhere. You can keep it on your Binance and the trading will happen via API on your Binance. For all the setup, there's a 5% setup fee to Endotech as a promotion, and you get to keep 80% of the profits. So the 20% that they take, guess what? They take 10% and they put it back into the referral residual plan, where up to 10 generation is shared equally at 1% of the trading bonus. When that arrives, I can't wait for that, to become a VIP customers myself and for the people around me. How do you join Daisy? Well, first of all, you download an approved Tron Wallet app. We strongly recommend Clever Wallet and Tron Wallet. There's many others like TronLink and others that you can use, but we strongly recommend Clever and Tron. Here's why. They're the most secured, the most used, and because these two were developed by the same corporation, let's say, they are almost identical, and a lot of the videos, tutorials that will be done that you will find online, well, will direct you on these two. So it's better for those, especially those who are not familiar with these, to use one of those two, okay? Then you just got to prepare your TRX. Anyone who doesn't know, the person who invited you will be able to guide you how to purchase your TRX to an equivalent of a minimum of $100 or up to the same tier, whatever tier you want to contribute to. Make sure you have 5 to 10% additional to cover any transaction fees, any fluctuations last minute. So last minute, you're not rushing to say, hey, I don't have enough to contribute, right? Number 3 is very important. It sounds the easiest, right? Get a sign-up link from your referrer. Get a sign-up link from the person who invited you. It's the most challenging one right here, right now. Here's why. You will find between today and the day we launch, including the day we launch, many people on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Telegram, who's going to try and approach you to say, hey, don't join with the person who invited you, join with me because I will have the link first. I'll be able to get you a better position. Well, there's 2 things to be very wary about. The first thing, here's my experience. There's a 5% chance that that is a genuine link. And if that is a genuine link, if it's someone, they may genuinely have the link before the person who invited you. Guess why? Because they have no one else to put into the system. They need people, they need to poach people. That's the only way they can get people. And if that's where you go, let alone the unethical side, you're joining someone who starts their business in an unethical way. How long before they are becoming unethical to you and they take your own people away from you? But more importantly, If they have no one and they're having to poach people to get people in, well, where's the overspill going to come from? Just some food for thought. But the main important thing is here. You see, with the momentum that we have with Daisy right now, the whole world, every corner, every people you reach out to in the industry of crypto, in the industry of network marketing, in the industry of smart contract is talking about Daisy. There's many people out there, hackers, who are looking to prey on people. How? This is how they do it. They will create a link and tell you that this is a link to sign up. You can get in today. You can get in before other people. You can get in, one day before or on the day. As soon as it goes live, they'll have a link ready for you. They say, hey, you see, I told you I'll have a link for you before your person who will introduce you. Guess what they're doing? The minute you connect to that link, they will empty your wallet. It's called a phishing website. Not phishing as in going fishing, P-H-I-S-H-I-N-G for anyone who's not familiar. It's called a phishing website where they are taking your data, they're hacking your phone and taking all the information. They could even go into other things like your email, your Facebook, who knows, your bank account. So stay away from this. There's only one secured way of you joining Daisy, only one. No matter what happens, you wait, even if it means other people have the link first, you wait to receive the link from the person who invited you to this call, who introduced you to Daisy, because that's the ethical thing to do. And that's the one thing that can guarantee you're signing up to Daisy and keeping you protected from any of those scammers and any of those hackers. Once you've done that, you can purchase a minimum of entry level 1 and secure your spot in that matrix, or keep contributing the different tiers that you want to, so you get position in those matrix as well. Once you've done that, hey, we welcome you, and together we look forward to creating history with Daisy. Now that brings us to the end of the presentation, and we will be happy to take a few questions because we've got a few minutes before we have to wrap up. Before we do that, please, before you type your question, I want to share two important things. Please do not put any question about what is the return on investment. Two things. How can we tell you a return on investment on a trading that hasn't happened, especially when we are here contributing towards a crowdfunding where the funds are used for trading, for development, and 70% of the profits are shared with you. We can't give you a fixed ROI. It's not possible. It is legally and physically not possible. So please don't ask that question. The second thing I will share with you before we take questions. Look, every single one of us have always looked back in the future and said, man, I wish someone told me about investing into Amazon in the 1990s. Hey, I wish someone told me to buy shares in Facebook in the early years, in Google. Hey, I wish someone told me about Bitcoins in 2009 when it was $3 for 1,000 Bitcoin, which is today worth 27 million from $3. We often say that, but it's easy to say that when you've seen them succeed. That is why most of the times when we're given an opportunity, we don't take it. And then we look back and we say, I wish I did. I wish I did. See, the fun fact is, I guarantee you, most people in the world, most people on this call never bought Bitcoins the first time they were introduced to it. Because when given an opportunity, we tend to become negative first before we even look at the positive possibility. We're always more scared of losing money than making money. So what we urge you to do is take this information today, go and do your own research and make an informed decision for yourself that you never have to look back and say, I wish I did. You have to make that decision. So with that said, we want to thank you for being here and for listening, and we shall open it up for questions. We will answer as many as we can. We've got about 7-8 minutes, so we will try and get through as many questions as possible. So let's go and take a look at the chat. What do we have in the chat? Okay, I'm getting a lot of direct message. Please, everyone, if you're putting something in the chat, try and put it so that everyone can see it. So it's a lot easier for everyone to understand, okay? Gary Genovese asked a very good question. Sorry, I'm already losing my voice again. We've been doing so many presentations that I keep losing my voice. For infinity bonus, does team means all members or personally referred members? Team means you're personally referred and they're personally referred and they're personally referred and they're personally referred, and it keeps going. So every one of your personal team who becomes from you, the people you introduce, the people they introduce, the people they introduce, all of that counts as your team towards the infinity bonus targets. Someone send me a direct message. I will read it so everyone can understand. When unlocking through the tiers, does it mean you first have to look for 3 or more people who collectively have to raise, I would say contribute $1,000, and then look for another lot of 6 who amongst themselves contribute $2,000 and so on? No. To unlock generation 3, you need to have a minimum of 3 personally sponsored with a total contribution of $1,000 or more. Including those 3 and those 1,000, you need to get to 6 personally referred and 2,000 total, including those who count for your generation 3 for you to unlock generation 4. That's the total. So it's not 3 and 1,000, and then now you have to find 6 new and 2,000 new volume. No, it's combined total. That was $1 million question as you are CMK. Okay, Michael, I got your message. I will check that. Do we have any other question? Look, there's only one silly question. It's the one that you do not ask. There is no other silly question. Please feel free to ask your questions because it's important. We're here to provide you with the information. You need to take the information and get your questions answered so you can go and do your own research so you can make an informed decision. And once again, whilst we're waiting for any more questions to come, please don't forget to read the disclaimer. It's very important. And I will reiterate one thing, that this project will not be available for any IP addresses in the USA, okay? Any further questions before we wrap up? And what we'll do is we will also take this recorded presentation, because for once I remembered, I believe it's recording. I hope it's still recording. And if it is, we will take this and we'll put it on our YouTube channel where we have multiple presentation recorded ones, as well as some tutorials on how to download the Clever app, how to navigate through it, and on the day, what you need to do to access it. So let's go and have a look. Do we have any further questions? I don't know if I'm receiving all the, okay, I've got a new message. Oh, Gabriel, thank you very much for your message, my brother. Always a pleasure having you on board. Anyone else? One last question before we wrap up. Can you send us for the link for the YouTube channel? If someone could do that, it would be great. One of the co-hosts, Manu, Tushara, if any of you have the link, just post it. It would be great. Otherwise, I will go to my YouTube. I've got a question in the meantime. Okay. Mayuran said, I got 21 people who contribute 64,000. After you unlock next level, 24 people, 128,000. I don't quite understand the question completely. However, I will explain that part. So to make sure, irrespective of what the question is, you will be able to get the answer. To unlock the 9th generation of your matrix, okay? To unlock the 9th generation of your matrix, you need to personally refer 21 people or more whose total contribution comes to $64,000 or more. Once you do that, it unlocks the 10th generation of your matrix. But the full requirement normally of the 10th generation of your matrix is to personally refer 24 personal referrals and 128,000 in volume, in personal total contribution of your directs. So in the first 30 days, you can complete and unlock your generation 9, and the system will automatically unlock generation 10 for you. Brilliant. But for those who go and undo the full requirement of unlocking generation 10, they are the one who qualify to benefit from a share of the 1.1% of each crowdfund contribution that comes in after they've qualified. So yes, to just unlock your generation 10, you could unlock generation 9 in your first 30 days. It will unlock generation 10 for you. But if you want that share of the 1.1% of each pack that gets contributions all around the world, then you need to do the full requirement of 24 personal directs, accumulating to over $128,000 in contribution. That way you will qualify. Pardon me, Danielle, I have just put the YouTube channel link. I'm yet to put the Croatian video on there. I will get on that later on tonight, okay? Thanks, I understand now if I do 48 hours time. Mayuran, in the first 48 hours, it doesn't matter whether you've unlocked it or not, you are qualified to receive the referral contribution of the matrix from those contributions, even if you haven't done it in 48 hours. But after 48 hours, you would only get what levels has been unlocked, okay? Robert, you're most welcome. It's a pleasure. I don't think I've seen you before on our call, Robert, so great to have you on board. I believe you're from Netherlands. You were the first one to post a message, Holland. Great to have you here. We haven't had many people from Holland. Mayuran, you're most welcome. Any last question before we wrap up? No? All right, super. Well, once again, happy holidays to everyone. If I don't see you before, happy New Year. It's going to be an incredible, incredible start to the new year. Here's one thing I believe. Legal disclaimer, that's my belief. That's not Daisy saying this. There's no one saying this. From what I'm seeing, I'm on the belief that some people in the first week, maybe even the first day of the launch of this project, will possibly, based on their efforts, earn more than they've ever earned in any 1 week. Others will earn more than they've ever earned in any 1 month, while some other people will earn more than they've ever earned in any 1 year. And you know what defines that? What defines that is the next 7 days. We all have exactly the same opportunity in the palm of our hand. What you do of it is going to define what kind of possible rewards it brings to you. Your responsibility is to do what you already know what to do. Invite, 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 invite. We're not expecting people to go and try and convince people to try and sell. There's none of that here. It's a smart contract. You invite people for them to come and get the information and let them make a decision. They are responsible for their own decision. So I'm going to share with you what I do, and we're going to wrap up here. This is what I do. I call everyone I know. I call everyone I know and I ask for permission. Permission? Yes, I ask for permission. I go, okay, I'll take Robert as an example. If I knew Robert was a friend of mine. Hey, Robert, how are you doing? Merry Christmas. How was Christmas? How was the family? I'll do my normal, whatever I communicate with them, that's normal. And then, Robert, let me ask you this. If I found a potential way to make some money on the side, would you want to know? I'm yet to find someone who says no. Everyone says yes. Robert, are you serious when you say that if I found a way to make some money on the side, potentially make some money on the side, you would want to know? Yes. But can you clear your schedule tomorrow at 11 a.m. and join me on a Zoom call? That's it. That's what you need to do. And we are here. You have many leaders here in different languages who are here to do the presentation to make sure that the people you invite get the information so they can go and make an informed decision. And should they decide they want to be part of this equity crowdfunding model, well, then the benefits, as you've seen, can be very, very rewarding. So with that said, we want to thank every single one of you for being here. We're probably going to run some calls tomorrow as well. And as we get closer to the New Year's, I know people will be busy with family, with celebrations. We'll take a little break. But on the 2nd and on the 3rd, we're going to run a marathon. We're going to run a marathon, meaning we're going to have calls after calls after calls after calls after calls. We're probably going to do 6 English calls a day on the 2nd and the 3rd, just making sure we get to this information to as many as people as possible just before we launch, so they have the same benefit opportunity as us. Imagine if you found a friend of yours who bought Bitcoins in 2009 and he didn't tell you until 2015. You would have wanted him to tell you in 2009, right? exactly the same way. We want to do the same thing. So with that said, go and enjoy your evening, your afternoon, wherever you are in the world, or good night to you. Some people from Mauritius, Sri Lanka, it's late for you guys, India, Africa. Always a pleasure being on the call with you guys. It's humbling to serve, and we look forward to building this business together with you. Thank you very much.